الرحيم بالسند صحيح عن جابر بن عبد الله الأنصاري عن فاطمة الزهراء عليه السلام بنت رسول الله صلى الله عليه وآله قال: سمعت فاطمة أنها قالت: دخل علي أبي رسول الله في بعض الأيام فقال: السلام عليك يا فاطمة. فقلت: عليك السلام. قال: إني يجد في بدني ضعفا. فقلت له: أعيذك بالله يا أبتاه من الضعف. فقال: يا فاطمة ائتيني بالكساء اليماني فغطيني به. فأتيته بالكساء اليماني فغطيته به، وصرت أنظر إليه وإذا وجهه يتلألأ كأنه البدر في ليلة تمامه وكماله. فما كانت إلا ساعة وإذا بولدي الحسن قد أقبل وقال: السلام عليك يا أماه. فقلت: وعليك السلام يا قرة عيني وثمرة فؤادي. فقال: يا أماه إني أشم عندك رائحة طيبة كأنها رائحة جدي رسول الله. فقلت: نعم، إن جدك تحت الكساء. فأقبل الحسن نحو الكساء وقال: السلام عليك يا جده يا رسول الله، أتأذن لي أن أدخل معك تحت الكساء؟ فقال: وعليك السلام يا ولدي ويا صاحب حوضي، قد أذنت لك. فدخل معه تحت الكساء. فما كانت إلا ساعة وإذا بولدي الحسين قد أقبل وقال: السلام عليك يا أماه. فقلت: وعليك السلام يا ولدي ويا قرة عيني وثمرة فؤادي. فقال لي: يا أماه إني أشم عندك رائحة طيبة كأنها رائحة جدي رسول الله صلى الله عليه وآله. فقلت: نعم، إن جدك وأخاك تحت الكساء. فدنا الحسين نحو الكساء وقال: السلام عليك يا جدا، السلام عليك يا من اختاره الله، أتأذن لي أن نكون معكما تحت الكساء؟ فقال: وعليك السلام يا ولدي ويا شافع أمتي، قد أذنت لك. فدخل معهما تحت الكساء. فأقبل عند ذلك أبو الحسن علي بن أبي طالب وقال: السلام عليك يا بنت رسول الله. فقلت: وعليك السلام يا أبا الحسن ويا أمير المؤمنين. فقال: يا فاطمة إني أشم عندك رائحة طيبة كأنها رائحة أخي وابن عمي رسول الله. فقلت: نعم، ها هو مع ولديك تحت الكساء. فأقبل علي نحو الكساء وقال: السلام عليك يا رسول الله، أتأذن لي أن نكون معكم تحت الكساء؟ قال له: وعليك السلام يا أخي يا وصي وخليفتي وصاحب لوائي قد أذنت لك فدخل علي تحت الكساء. ثم أتيت نحو الكساء وقلت السلام عليك يا أبتاه يا رسول الله، أتأذن لي أن أكون معكم تحت الكساء؟ قال وعليك السلام يا بنتي ويا بضعتي، قد أذنت لك فدخلت تحت الكساء. فلما اكتملنا جميعا تحت الكساء أخذ أبي رسول الله بطرفي الكساء وأومأ بيده اليمنى إلى السماء وقال اللهم إن هؤلاء أهل بيتي وخاصتي وحامتي، لحمهم لحمي ودمهم دمي، يؤلمني ما يؤلمكم ويحزنني ما يحزنكم، أنا حرب لمن حاربكم وسلم لمن سالمكم وعدو لمن آذاكم ومحب لمن أحبهم، إنهم مني وأنا منهم، فاجعل صلواتك وبركاتك ورحمتك وغفرانك ورضوانك علي وعليهم، وأذهب عنهم الرجس وطهرهم تطهيرا. فقال الله عز وجل يا ملائكتي ويا سكان سماواتي إني ما خلقت سماء مبنية ولا أرضا مدحية ولا قمرا منيرا ولا شمسا مضية ولا فلكا يدور ولا بحرا يجري ولا فلكا يسري إلا في محبة هؤلاء الخمسة الذين هم تحت الكساء. فقال الأمين جبرائيل يا رب ومن تحت الكساء؟ فقال عز وجل هم أهل بيت النبوة ومعدن الرسالة، هم فاطمة وأبوها وبعلها وبنوها. فقال جبرائيل يا رب أتأذن لي أن أهبط إلى الأرض لأكون معكم سادسا؟ فقال الله نعم قد أذنت لك. فهبط الأمين جبرائيل وقال السلام عليك يا رسول الله، العلي الأعلى يقرئك السلام ويخصك بالتحية والإكرام ويقول لك وعزتي وجلالي إني ما خلقت سماء مبنيا ولا أرضا مدحيا ولا قمرا منيرا ولا شمسا مضيا ولا فلكا يدور ولا بحرا يجري ولا فلكا يسري إلا لأجلكم ومحبتكم، وقد أذن لي أن أدخل معكم، فهل تأذن لي يا رسول الله؟ فقال رسول الله وعليك السلام يا أمين وحي الله، إنه نعم قد أذنت لك. فدخل جبرائيل معنا تحت الكساء. فقال لأبي إن الله قد أوحى إليكم يقول إنما يريد الله ليذهب عنكم الرجس أهل البيت ويطهركم تطهيرا. فقال علي لأبي يا رسول الله أخبرني ما لجلوسنا هذا تحت الكساء من الفضل عند الله. فقال النبي والذي بعثني بالحق نبيا واصطفاني بالرسالة نجيا ما ذكر خبرنا هذا في محفل من محافل أهل الأرض وفي جمع من شيعتنا ومحبينا إلا ونزلت عليهم الرحمة وحفت بهم الملائكة واستغفرت لهم إلى أن يتفرقوا. فقال علي إذا والله فزنا وفاز شيعتنا ورب الكعبة. فقال النبي ثانيا يا علي والذي بعثني بالحق نبيا واصطفاني بالرسالة نجيا ما ذكر خبرنا هذا في محفل من محافل أهل الأرض وفي جمع من شيعتنا ومحبينا وفيهم مهموم إلا وفرج الله هما ولا مغموم إلا وكشف الله غما ولا طالب حاجة إلا وقضى الله حاجته. فقال علي إذا والله فزنا وسعدنا وكذلك شيعتنا فازوا وسعدوا في الدنيا والآخرة ورب الكعبة.
अस्सलामु अलैकुम रहमतुल्लाहि व बरकातुहू। मोमिनीन आप सबको, मोमिनात मेरी बहनों को भी और सबको शियान हैदर करार को आज की मौला इमाम हसन अस्करी की विलादत की बहुत बहुत खुशियाँ मुबारक। मेरे पास इस वक्त मौला के कोई मनक़बत उनके नाम की नहीं है, तो दो अशार मैं उनके वैसे पढ़ता हूँ, अगर हो सके तो उसके बाद इमाम हुसैन अलैहिस्सलाम के मनक़बत के 4 अशार पढ़ूँगा। और दीगर बुलंदतर सलावत अल्लाहुम्मा सल्लि अला मुहम्मद व आले मुहम्मद व अज्जिल फरजहम। हो मुझे किस लिए सौदाए सनम खाना ची, मेरा दिलदार हसीनों में है बेमिसल हसीन, और गुलबदन गुंचा दहन आईनतन, गुलबदन गुंचा दहन आईनतन जाने चमन, कम सुखन अहद शिकन तीर फगन दुश्मन दीं, और बरकवश बरके अदा बरके नज़र बरके खिसाल। ये मौला इमाम हसन अस्करी की मदद पेश कर रहा हूँ। पर मोहम्मद व आले मोहम्मद सलवात अल्लाहुम्मा सल्लि अला मोहम्मद व आले मोहम्मद व अज्जिल फरजहम। और खुद नुमा ہوش ربا شوخ نگا زہر جمال، خود نما ہوش ربا شوخ نگاہ زہرا جمال، بے وفا دشمن جاں فتنہ محشر صفاق۔ امام حسن عصری کے لیے ایک مرتبہ پھر بلند تر صلوات، اللہم صلی علی محمد وآل محمد وعجل فرجہم۔ دین کی زندگی حسین حسین، دین کی زندگی حسین حسین، دین کی زندگی حسین حسین، اختیار نبی اختیار نبی حسین حسین، دین کی زندگی حسین حسین، یا علی یا علی۔ میری دشمن ہے اس لیے دنیا، میری دشمن ہے اس لیے دنیا، ہے میری دوستی ہے میری دوستی حسین حسین، دین کی زندگی حسین حسین، دین کی زندگی حسین حسین۔ او بولا قرآن مجھے پڑھو تم سب، 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 ہے تلاوت میری ہے تلاوت میری حسین حسین، دین کی زندگی حسین حسین۔ احمد بھائی کی تلاوت ماشاءاللہ بڑی زبردست ہے، یہ ہماری تلاوت ہے۔ پر محمد و آل محمد صلوات، اللہم صلی علی محمد و آل محمد۔ اور جس جگہ پر اذان ہو نہ سکی، 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 اس نگر اس نگر اس گلی اس نگر اس گلی حسین حسین، دین کی زندگی حسین حسین۔ اور بس یہ دو لفظ بخشوائیں گے، 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 یا علی یا علی یا علی یا علی، حسین حسین، دین کی یا علی، جزاک اللہ جزاک اللہ۔ بس یہ دو لفظ بخشوائیں گے، بس یہ دو لفظ بخشوائیں گے، یا علی یا علی یا علی یا علی، حسین حسین، دین کی زندگی حسین حسین۔ اور جب کوئی آ گئی بڑی مشکل، جب مشکل آتی ہے تو ہم نادل ہی پڑھتے ہیں، اور نادل کو جب مشکل آتی ہے تو کیا ہوتا ہے؟ جب کوئی آ گئی بڑی مشکل، جب کوئی آ گئی بڑی مشکل، بولی نادے علی بولی نادے علی، حسین حسین، دین کی زندگی حسین حسین۔ اللہم صلی علی محمد و آل محمد وعجل فرجہم۔ اور خلد میں کون لے کے جائے گا، خلد میں کون لے کے جائے گا، سیدہ بول اٹھی، سیدہ بول اٹھی، حسین حسین دین کی زندگی، حسین حسین. سیدہ طاہرہ پر صلوات بلند تر. اللہم صلی علی محمد و آل محمد وعجل فرجہم. اور دشمنان علی کی شہرگ پر، دشمنان علی کی شہرگ پر، ذوالفقار علی، ذوالفقار علی حسین حسین دین کی زندگی، حسین حسین. اور بس یہ دو، یہ میرا بڑا فیوریٹ ہے، میں پھر سے کہہ رہا ہوں، بس یہ دو لفظ بخشوائیں گے، بس یہ دو لفظ بخشوائیں گے. یا علی یا علی یا علی یا علی، حسین حسین دین کی زندگی، حسین حسین دین کی زندگی، حسین حسین. صلوات.
صلوات. رب جانے تے حسین جانے، رب جانے تے حسین جانے. دیکھ تو اے واسطہ منگ لے دعا، رب جانے تے حسین جانے، رب جانے تے حسین جانے. اتنی نماز پڑھ ہونا بے چین، جتنی پڑھاوے اج میرا حسین. اتنی نماز پڑھ ہونا بے چین، جتنی پڑھاوے اج میرا حسین. مصطفیٰ سجدہ ودھا آہدِ خدا، رب جانے تے حسین جانے، رب جانے تے حسین جانے. میرے نصیباں وچ ہو لکھی نہیں اولاد، کیتی حسین میری جھولی آباد. میرے نصیباں وچ لکھی نہیں اولاد، کیتی حسین میری جھولی آباد. 7 پتر دے کے کیا راہب تجا، رب جانے تے حسین جانے، رب جانے تے حسین جانے. رب تے حسین انج رشتے نے جوڑ دے، کیسر یہ دوئیں ایک دوجے دی نہیں موڑ دے. رب تے حسین انج رشتے نے جوڑ دے، کیسر دے دوئیں ایک دوجے دی نہیں موڑ دے. درے دے ہر وانگوا سر نو جھکا، رب جانے تے حسین جانے، رب جانے تے حسین جانے. سرور
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Assalamu alaikum everyone. On this special occasion of the birth anniversary of our 11th holy Imam, Imam Hasan al-Askari alayhi salam. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. From the management of ISIJ and Jafri Community Center and Razavi Community Center, our heartfelt felicitations to Imam of our time, Ajjallah Ta'ala Fajr Sharif. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad on the birth anniversary of his holy father and our 11th holy Imam, and for each one of you on this occasion. Just to remind of our upcoming programs, tomorrow is Shabe Jummah, Thursday we'll start inshallah program at 7 o'clock with Jama Salat, Maghrib and Isha, followed by the Shabe Jummah Amal. On Friday we have the Jama Salat of Jummah 104 inshallah, and then we will have the Saturday we'll have the Fajr Jama Salat. So those of you who are attending regularly, alhamdulillah. If not, you are more than welcome to join us on Saturdays at 7 or 6:15. We will have Jamaat Salat in the morning, so if you can join us for Fajr Jamaat Salat, both on ladies and gents sides. Request for Surah Fatiha for these marhumin. As usual, we have on our list for marhumin of Ghulam Hussain Mauladina family, Ghulam Hussain Khaki family, Musa Virji family, Ahmad Nanji Kara family, Ramzan Ali Manik, Leelabai Manik, Amir Sundarji, Hasnan Rahim, Yusuf Ali Ghulam Hussain Mauladina, all marhumin, our marhumin, marhumin or kul mu'minin and mu'minat muslimin and muslimat. Al-Fatiha. Just for one more announcement, I did put that on the news wire. We are planning to start inshallah the weekly interactive bi-weekly interactive workshop. There are 2 days proposed, Tuesday night or Saturday. So whichever day works for you, you can give us our feedback. We have not finalized that. Depending on the feedback and how convenient for most of the people, we'll inshallah try to accommodate that. You can reach out to us, personally, or WhatsApp. We have a WhatsApp group. You can put your comment on that, and or email us, anyone on our management. You can email us. So bi-weekly workshops hopefully will be starting in a week or two. Saturday, if works better for you, or Tuesday night, we can do that inshallah approximately 8 o'clock. If it is on Tuesday, it's a weekday. On Saturday we'll try to see, because now Maghrib time will be getting short once the first week of November comes in, because of the daylight ends. So anyhow, give us your feedback on that. Also on the topics, if any specific topics you want to suggest or you want to have in those interactive discussions. And this again for ladies side also, they are part of our discussion. So if ladies side, if you have any topic in particular that you want to discuss on those sessions, communicate anyone in the management, email us up, WhatsApp, whatever medium you have available. So we'll try to accommodate inshallah. The idea of this workshop is to engage community and to address or discuss those topics which are either bothering you or that you want to learn more, whatever is the mean, especially for youth also. If you are part of the community, so if you feel any topic, whatever going around these days, anything, all those hot topics that we have these days, feel free to reach out. It's not only for adults, like you are part of the community, so the youth also, anything you feel part of the discussion, of course that benefits the whole community. So both ladies, gent, youth, anyone, whatever topics you want to see on those workshops, reach out to us. Of course we'll try to accommodate depending on the consensus, whatever the most of the people wants, right? So it doesn't mean that you suggest a topic and we do that, so don't feel, because we have to go with the community, the wider community, whatever the consensus is. I just want to express that, because people say, oh, we said about this, and but you're not doing that topics and all those, right? So we try to, of course, accommodate most of the people. The idea is to whatever is the beneficial for more community member, that is what we try to do. Of course, once we have those topics covered, then we can also look at whatever topic someone suggests, even that is individually, and we don't have any other pressing topics for that particular week. So feel free to reach out to us. Also, for anything else that you want to look at this center, or you want to have at this center any activities, inshallah we'll try to have your feedback and try to accommodate as much as possible. There are some couple of feedback suggested last week. I'll be sharing more as soon as I get more details. Some of the youth groups, they want to see some other activities, and I asked them to do their homework, prepare some sort of program, so at least we can discuss with the management here and see how we can implement those. So I will explain that once I have more details from that youth group, but in case if anyone of you have any feedback, feel free to reach out to us. Now, without further ado, I'll request Maulana to start his lecture by Muhammad wa ali Muhammad salawat.
माशाअल्लाह ला हौला वला कुव्वता इल्ला बिल्लाहिस समीइल अलीम बिस्मिल्लाहिर रहमानिर रहीम अल्हम्दुलिल्लाहिल्लज़ी ला यब्लुगु मिदहतहुल क़ाइलून वला युहसी नअमाअहुल आद्दून वला युअद्दी हक़्क़हुल मुज्तहिदून अल्लज़ी लैसा लिसिफ़तिही हद्दुम महदूद वला नअतुम मौजूद वला वक़्तुम मअदूद वला अजलुम ममदूद सुम्मा अस्सलातु वस्सलाम वत्तहिय्यतु वल इकराम अला अशरफिल अंबियाए वल मुरसलीन सय्यिदिना व नबियना व हबीबे क़ुलूबिना व तबीबे नुफूसिना व शफ़ीए ज़ुनूबिना अल अब्दिल मुअय्यदे व रसूलिल मुसद्दद अल मुस्तफ़ल अमजदिल महमूदिल अहमद हबीब इलाहिल आलमीन अबिल क़ासिम मुहम्मद व अहले बैतिहि अत्तय्यबीन अत्ताहिरीन अल मासूमीन अल मज़लूमीन अल्लज़ीना अज़हबल्लाहु अन्हुमुर रिज्सा व तहहरहुम तत्हीरा सल्लल्लाहु मुहम्मद अम्मा बादो फ़क़द क़ाल अल्लाहु सुब्हानहु व तआला फ़ी मुहकम किताबिहिल हकीम बिस्मिल्लाहिर रहमानिर रहीम फ़स्अलू अहलज़ ज़िक्र इन कुंतुम ला तअलमून सलवात Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. I would like to call the words of Amir Bhai ke congratulations to all of you on this very auspicious day of the Milad of our 11th Holy Imam, who is father to our Imam Zaman. Ajjal Allah Ta'ala Farajahu Sharif. Salli ala Muhammad. With the barakah of this dua, that may Allah, for the sake of this salawat, put us among true lovers and followers of Master of our time, and may Allah allow us to benefit from these events which we relate to Ma'asumin alayhimu salam, which is a huge barakah. That may Allah grant this tawfiq to other believers in Islam and Tawheed. They don't have this. Be known, this is a huge blessing, an unmatchable favor of Allah Jalla Shanu, that we have been honored to gather on these nights or such nights. And we mention Ahlul Bayt alayhimus salam, who are the source and means to connection with Rasulullah, who is the means and connection with Allah Jalla Shanu, and finally through his shafaat, based upon the love or na'udhu hatred towards his progeny, he is going to proceed with the mediation to Allah Jalla Shanu on the day of resurrection. So I do dua that may Allah put us among true lovers and followers of Ahlul Bayt, and among those lucky ones who are going to be benefiting from the intercession, yani shafaat of Muhammad Mustafa sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Now for tonight, as it's a Jashan Alhamdulillah, and it's a felicitous night to seek barakah, the holy blessed life of Imam. As we know, he is the son to our 10th holy Imam, Imam Hadi alayhi salam. His holy mother's name is Hudayth, and out of her high status in Iman and Taqwa and Ibadah, Imam Hadi alayhi salam used to name her Sulail with Sin. Sulail salamullahi alayha, somebody who holds a very high rank near the Imam of their time. Our standard are our A'imma. Never forget this standard, it's so easy. Like Abbas alayhi salam is the commander of Imam Hussein, and someone who stood along Imam Hussein and earned the title of Babul Hawa'ij, approved by the Imam of his time. Likewise, look, other dignitaries in Islam, whoever were approved and gained the high status near the Imam of their time, are like Hazrat Abbas ibn Ali alayhi salam. With your salawat, salli ala Muhammad. See, we human beings, we can understand things better. We become more familiar and accustomed when we have likeness, when we have analogy, tamthil. मिसाल से हमें अशिया ज़्यादा समझ में आती हैं कि जैसे मौला अब्बास अलैहिस्सलाम का दर्जा है, like he held that very high rank near the Imam of his time. I'm not naming Imam of his time. Likewise, Bibi Sulail holds a very high rank. And of course, she is to be the mother of the father of the last proof of Allah Jalla Shanu. So as we know, his kunya is Abu Muhammad Salamullahi alayhi. Kunya, remember, especially my dear youth, kunya is a way to show respect to the person whom we are speaking to in Arabic culture. And it runs today even. You never say a person, you don't call them or address them with their name. When you want to show them respect, you call them with the name of their son, that, oh father of, let's say, Hasan. If your son's name is Hasan and your name is, let's say, Muhammad, they won't call you Muhammad. They will call you, oh father of Muhammad, in Arabic, Ya Abu Muhammad, Ya Aba Muhammad, in a maf'uli form, and in a raf'i halat, it's Arabic, qaida, Abu Muhammad. So just bear that in mind. I have an intention to go in details of a kunya. Why I'm reporting this kunya to you is that one of the very harsh ministers of Khalifa, who was renowned for his dahsha, for his greatness, for his grandeur, people, they used to be scared of him. No one could talk to him. In Samarra, he had appointed one day to meet with public, certain timings. So he has a son. His name is Ahmad. And this is Ya Ali, Mu'jaza of Allah Jalla Shanu, that when he honors and venerates somebody, Allah puts that respect and honor in other people's heart, which is, everlasting. After many years, this Ubaidullah ibn Khaqan's son reports, he goes to collect tax money and grain in Qum. From Iraq, he goes to Qum, and they are having a meeting there. People are sitting, in early days, people, when they knew somebody from the capital is here, and they are somebody who holds a high rank near Khalifa, so people will come meet, ask their hajat and questions and whatever masail they have. So there's a lots of gathering there. Somehow the word comes about Alawids, people who are related to Imam Ali alayhi salam, either in genealogy or in faith, people who followed Imam. They used to known as Alavis. So quickly end their faith. So Ahmad ibn Ubaidullah ibn Khaqan, he reports when came to Alavis, he says, let me tell you something. which really, shocked me myself, and I could not believe it. They said, what is it? He says, one day when I was very young, my father, Hasan, who was that, big guy I mentioned, he was sitting to meet people. And his doorkeepers, they never used to call somebody with their kunya other than the caliph, the khalifa, or the crown prince of khalifa, or somebody whom khalifa had permitted to be called with his kunya. So look how much fear is there. No one can dare even to call someone with their kunya in front of this man, Hasan. So his son Ahmad reports after many years that I saw this when I was a child, that the doorkeeper loudly, you remember our early days, they used to announce loudly, there were no louders. So he kind of yelled that Abu Muhammad, al-Hasan ibn Ali alayhim as-salam ibn al-Rida is here. Allah salli ala Muhammad. They used to go to Imam Rida alayhi salam. Remember, after Imam Rida's being crowned to Ma'mun alayhi la'anatullah, all these three Imams, they used to call them with the kunya of Ibn al-Rida, son of Imam Rida alayhi salam. Other Imams, or even these Imams, they used to call them Yabna Rasulallah, but they used to call them like commonly with Ibn al-Rida, son of Imam Rida. So that's why he used Ibn al-Rida at the end. That security man yelled that Abu Muhammad alayhi salam is here. He said, I was shocked. Who is this Abu Muhammad? I never heard, I didn't know. I know he's not caliph, I know he's not crowned. So why is this security guy calling him with his kunya? For you, from Abu, you know that this is the kunya. So Imam enters, he sees that, he reports that I saw a person, look how he puts it in words, that this is how Imam was. Annahu kana asmar. A very attractive, beautiful, brownish looking face he had, he says. And he had ayun, he had large, determined eyes. Ba'azam aankhein thi unki. And he had black, wide eyebrows. Arabs, they used to be very sharp in memory. Look, when he sees something, he's shocked. He remembers and reports it exactly as he sees after many years. That this is how this young-looking man was. He says that hadith of sin. He was a youth. He was not an elderly person with some reputation that my walid, my father, Hasan, will allow him to be called with his kunya. It's just like that added on to my anxiety. I was amazed why this man is so special. And then he could not take off his eyes from the blessed face of Imam al-Askari alayhi salam. This, Salli ala Muhammad, the holy face of Imam, and others have reported for about almost all of the Imams, but many of them, they had some outstanding, if I can say core quality of Imam could be that if you look at his holy face, you could not take off your eyes. I mean, you will keep on staring at him until the last moment possibly you could. So he says that this was the attribute. He continues, his Hasanul Qamah. He was of a moderate build. As we can say today, mathalan, I don't want to say anything. Sadol, I'm just going to get there. Hasanul Qamah, yani a very good looking fit. When you look at his fatigue, you will love it. Okay, Jamilul Wajha. Jamilul Wajha. Jamal is used for one man. Who is he? Hazrat Yusuf alayhi salam. He says, this man was so beautiful. And then he says, Jayyidul Badan. His body was beyond explanation and description. Look how many attributes for description of Imam's appearance. These are Imam's apparent attributes. He did not describe spiritual attributes. And I gave you, I remember, my last majlis, I gave you the beauty of Imam, a person who came from so far away Khurasan to do something, and in the city he wanted to just know who is this Imam Hasan al-Askari alayhi salam. I have so many things about him, and I just want to confirm, is he so as people describe, or I mean, let's see. So he said that I came to see Imam, and when he was coming on his horse, remember, early days on the same street, there were, bystanders, there were, street hawkers selling their stuff. There were animals like camels, horses passing, and everybody, it was like hayahu in her beginning. Shoro goga hota tha, it was like life's hustle and bustle. And he says that the point when Imam Askari enters the street on his horse, he's coming with a very gentle walk. He's not like rushing, he's not. He says as soon as he made his entrance to the street, everything kind of paused. Not a single animal was causing any noise. The neighs of the horses disappeared, moving of the bells, ringing bells of animals in their necks. That stopped. He said, I was amazed and shocked. And likewise, he said, the way Imam started walking, I could not take my eyes off of his holy face. He was such an attractive person. I loved to see him. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad. He is going to give us a spiritual description a bit later. But then he said that my father, he said that add on to my, that my father, who never used to get up for anyone, he got up from his place and he used to sit on his musalla, he says. Hadith says, it's a detailed, I'm going with the translation. He was sitting on his musalla. He got up when he saw Imam Askari entering his room, and he stepped forward to Imam, held the holy hand of Imam. He kissed Imam's cheeks, as you know, mu'anaka in Arabic, as they kiss one another's cheek to show respect and affection and your connection with the person that I love you, I respect you. And he kissed the shoulders of Imam. And then this is not that somebody like Hasan used to do. He will never kiss the shoulder of Khalifa, Ahmad reports. Says he kisses Imam's shoulder. And then he goes even a mile beyond that. He goes, he kisses the chest of Holy Imam. And he makes him sit on his musalla. Imam Askari, he makes him sit in his musalla, and he himself sits beside him, facing towards Imam. This is how Ahmad is reporting to us. And then he starts speaking with him. And he says that after looking all this, please have a salawat. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad wa ajil farajahum. He says that I was about to die with amazement that why my father is treating this man like in that exceptional way. I've never seen my father treating somebody like this, even Khalifa. He won't show this much respect and, if I can say, this protocol which I just saw. He says, I was just standing beside my father and watching everything. My father was speaking with him, and at points he was saying, Ju'iltu fidaka, bi'abi anta wa ummi, may myself be sacrificed for you. May my father and my mother be sacrificed for you. He said, now I could not take it. And my father, impossible if he says that, mere maa bapa par qurban ho jaye. He was saying that to Imam Askari alayhi salam. And I couldn't. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad wa ajil farajahum. He says that I was looking at the face of Imam, lahu jalalatun wa haibah. Hadith says. He says that as Imam was speaking with my father, I was looking at both of them when they are talking, when I was looking at the face of Holy Imam, he said that his face had haibat, that awe, that greatness, and jalal. You know what jalal means? Jalal is a combination of love, affection, plus fear. See, when you are in front of somebody who is so great, that you don't want to do anything like tiny bit which is not against the respect and honor of that person. That is jalal in Arabic. Na'udhu billah, no comparison, no relationship. But we say only for Allah Jalla Shanu, Jalla Jalalo, the Jalal of Allah, or Jalal Ilahi. Of course, these are the dignitaries chosen by Allah. And Allah has granted them His own azama and His own jalal. Have a salawat on them. Allahumma salli ala. Now, look how many descriptions this person has given us about Imam. He goes beyond this. I want to wrap up this beautiful hadith. I'm going to leave about 2/3 of its part and go to the final. Inshallah, one day we'll speak about it. That's a bit more deep. He says that at a point, the Hajib, doorman, he cried, Muwaffaq, the general of Caliph, and his brother. He's here. He's at the door. And Ahmad explains to these Qawmi people sitting around him that whenever this general of the Caliph used to come, he will come with all his protocol, his leaders, his advisors, ministers. He won't come by himself. Pure band baje ke saath wo aata tha. He says as soon as the doorman cried that, Muwaffaq is here, now Khakan, he intended that Imam does not meet this guy. And he says, my father had this room set up in such a way, it had a front door and it had a back door. He says that, Yabna Rasulallah, Mawlaya wa Sayyidi, if you like, he calls up his Hajab, if you like, you want to leave this back door from this way, so you don't see this person. I mean, you don't encounter him while he's entering to meet with me. Could I communicate that subtleness? How this person is showing extraordinary love and affection to Imam. And at the same time, when this enemy comes, he does not want Imam to meet this person. So he does something which Khakan does not like. So he makes Imam leave from the backside door or the back door. And Ahmad says after seeing this, I was like, sorry, for Imam I can do it. What's going on? Today is the day of wonders in my life. He says Imam leaves. The person who was coming came, other people came, they left. At night, my father had a habit that whenever, at the end of that day, he would write down everything, report whatever, prepare his ledger, whatever he wanted to do while sitting on his musalla. He said, I came and I stood on his head. Uske sar pe khada ho gaya. Looked at me, then started doing his work. He noticed I'm standing. He said, Ahmad, you have a question? You want to say something? He said, yes, Baba, if you allow me to. Yeah, Ali, look, even this guy is known as to be a worst Nasibi, enemy to Ahlul Bayt alayhimus salam. But there are two sides of this. Ahlul Bayt either were so high in rank near Allah, their character was so high, so great, that even enemies, when it came to describe their sifat akhlaqi, this is how he describes Imam. Either it's the very high character, the great character of Ahlul Bayt alayhimus salam, or it's the presentation of human excellency. Allah has granted these infallibles that they acted in such a way. As Arab says, al-fadlu ma shahidat bil a'da. Excellency is something. Fadilat, fadl, virtue is something. Even your opponents, they acknowledge that yes, this man has this attribute. Have a salawat on Imam Askari alayhi salam. Salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. He continues that Imam had great, personality, great character. At the end he says that my Baba, I questioned him. I asked him, he said, yes, sit down. And what is your question? He says, I want to ask you about that man who came visited you today. I saw extraordinary, unexceptional behavior from you. I never saw you that you permit, other than Caliph or the crown, somebody to be called with their kunya. And I heard your Hajib, he called this person with his kunya Abu Muhammad. Who is this Abu Muhammad? He says he is Abu Muhammad al-Hasan ibn Ali ibn Muhammad ibn al-Ridha alayhi salam. Salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad wa ajil farajahum. And he says this person, this man, is the highest in rank among Bani Hashim. Then Rawayat says, فَسَكَتَ سَاعَةً. Hakan, he kept quiet for about an hour. And his son Ahmad could not dare to talk because this person has a greatness, adama. No one can talk in front of him or he will send us beheaded. Go kill him. These are not today's time that we alhamdulillah enjoy the rights of democracy. We can say anything even against our leaders. We sometimes we can criticize and say whatever we say. I think that is a good thing, very good thing. But back days, people, they didn't have this privilege. If you say something Caliph or somebody like Hakan didn't like, they will command, go kill this person. And that man will be killed or women will be killed. So Ahmad says, the son of Hakan, he says that. Then he kept quiet, kept on thinking. Then he raises his head and this is what he says. قال يا بني, oh my dear son, لو زالت الإمامة عن خلفاء بني عباس. If the Khilafat, Caliphate of Bani Abbas ends, lasts, مستحقها أحد من بني هاشم غير هذا. Other than this person you saw today, there's not a single person among Bani Hashim who deserves the caliphate. This is first description this person gives after thinking for an hour, or if I can say a while in English. And then he says, وَإِنَّ هَذَا. The reason, this is the most important thing if I could report from this beautiful and lengthy hadith. But as it comes from somebody like Hakan, it's quite worthy to speak of our 11th Imam, that look how opponents even, how they used to look and rank our infallible Imams. He says, the istihqaq, this haqq, the way I call him to be deserving of the status of Khilafah is for the attributes he has. What are those attributes? He says, fi fadlihi. He has such virtues which make him worthy of being a Khalifa. Wa afafihi. And because of his modesty, उनके आफाफ की वजह से वो मुस्तहक हैं कि वो खलीफा बने या अली. वसियानतही. And because of his guarding against the desires of his nafs. Siyanat is when we guard. Imam's hadith I'm going to report, Imam uses the same word in there. وَعِبَادَتِهِ وَزُهْدِهِ. And because of his zuhd and his worship, وَجَمِيلِ أَخْلَاقِهِ. And because of his great character, the akhlaq he has. Salawat on him. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Look how lovely our Imams are. The reason I'm reporting this beautiful description of our Imam is that we should, put an effort to produce all these virtues in us as we are their followers. And this should be the topmost priority of ours, that I love Imam Askari. I want to be like him. I want to do the good he did. I want to match my actions with him. Of course, 100%. I cannot have my conduct like him, but I can try to emulate him. That's why he's my Imam. That's why Allah appointed him as our Imam. So we may take lessons from his beautiful akhlaq, from his modesty, from the level of his character, which Hakan is explaining to us. And then he goes, he says that, وَصَلَاحِهِ, his uprightness. Whenever he thinks, whatever he does, whatever has, as amal, he's always right. Salah, this is what it is. Salah, also another meaning of reform. No, it means that Imam jo bhi karte hain, durust aur theek anjam dete hain. That's why he says, I take him to be the mustahaq, the deservee for the worthiness of Khilafat. And he says, وَلَوْ رَأَيْتَ أَبَاهُ يَا عَلِي. This man goes now an extra mile. He says, and had you seen his father, O Ahmad, you did not see the father of this man. Had you seen his father, لَوْ رَأَيْتَ رَجُلًا أَبَاهُ رَأَيْتَ رَجُلًا جَزْلًا نَبِيلًا فَاضِلًا. you will find him somebody to be beyond these virtues and these attributes, if I can say in brevity. Salawat. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. So this noble, this virtuousness, righteousness runs in the family of Ahl Bayt alayhimus salam in the view of Ubaidullah ibn Khaqan. And look how beautiful he explains that these attributes are what? Oh my son Ahmad, these are the attributes which in my view make him the most worthy person and a best match and fit for the Khilafat of Ummat Musliman of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And look what Ahmad says. Ahmad said, فَازْدَدْتُ قَلَقًا. I was already so much amazed and I was dying that what's going on about this man. فَازْدَدْتُ. My anxiety was even increased after listening to what my father said. And then he says something strange. وَتَفَكُّرًا وَغَيْظًا عَلَى أَبِي. And it raised my anger on my father, that if this man is so great and he bears all these great and divine attributes, why does my father follow this tyrant Abbasid Khalifa? Why he does not support this holy and divine man? Have a salawat. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad wa ajil farajahum. He continues, he says a beauty, if I can summarize that. He says, this is not the opinion of my father about this man. I was shocked and amazed what I heard from my father. I loved to ask more, but due to the khawf of my father, I could not talk out of awe of my father. So, that night I left and I asked his generals, how is this Abu Muhammad alayhi salam? He said, they spoke likeness of what my father about him. And then I tested exactly in the same hadith. He says, from his enemies, people who used to express animosity towards Ahl Bayt, that how is this Abu Muhammad al-Hasan ibn Ali alayhi salam? He said they spoke the same thing. His akhlaq is great, his character is great, he is on the top, level, best of modesty, best in practice, in prayers, ibadat, zuhad, taqwa, yaqeen, iman, haya. He said that stayed in my heart so hard that even today, look, when he's explaining, it's roughly, hadith doesn't say how many years later after this incident he's reporting. But apparently good, more than 20, 30 years he's reporting this, because he was a child at the point when this incident happened. And now he was somebody who was responsible for collecting the zakat and tax and sadaqat, and he should be like at least 35, 40. So if he was 5 to 10 years at the hadith, now he's this age, but he remembers everything with its minute details. This is the fadla filahi, dhalika fadlullahi yu'tihi man yasha. This is the bounty, the grace of Allah. He honors whomever he pleases with. Have a salawat on Muhammad and al Muhammad. Salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. I closed thinking of Jummah that my first khutbah is over. No, it continues. Yeah, it's a jashan. Honestly, my heart is filled with greatness and that high rank our Imam held. Look, if opponents, they see our Imam like this, how about somebody who loves Imam? यानी अगर दुश्मन की निगाह में इमाम इतने खूबसूरत, इतने जज़्ज़ाब, इतने आली अखलाक, इस काबिल क़दर शख्सियत के मालिक हैं, तो मुहिब्बों की निगाह में उनका मकाम क्या होगा? खुबदार उन्हें कैसे पाते होंगे, कैसे देखते होंगे, कैसे समझते होंगे? इमाम अली मकाम के इस औकात में देखिए, इमाम की ज़िंदगी के 3 मेजर हिस्से हैं. एक 232 में इमाम की विलादत है, 232 आफ्टर हिजरा, और इमाम्स शहादत is on 260 after hijra, but only 28 when he was martyred. But in this short period of time, He was born in Holy City of Medina, lives there for 11 years. In 242, at the end of the year, he was forced to come to Samarra and in Askar with his Holy Father, lives with his Holy Father for 22 years. Now when he's martyred, Imam Hadi alayhi salam, Imam becomes Imam. 6 years only he lives as an Imam. He was not allowed to survive, he was martyred. And the reason he was martyred was that all these Banu Umayyah and caliphs of Bani Abbas, they had heard hundreds of hadith of arrival of Imam Zaman Ajjalallahu Ta'ala Farajal Sharif. And they were desperately waiting for the arrival of Imam, and they wanted to kill him. And in the Rawayat of Ahl Bayt, the likeness of Imam Zaman and Imam Askari alayhi salam is like Hazrat Musa alayhi salam's birth. Because the sorcerers, magicians of Pharaoh had told him there's going to be a childbirth in Israelites. Who is going to kill you and destroy your kingdom? So we all know this story. Pharaoh commands to kill every male child born in, Bani Israel, children of Israel. Likewise, these caliphs, they were always watching Imam Askari, and the reason they held Imam Hadi in their lashkar was like, the Pharaohs always watching or surveillance for the Bani Israel. They wanted to keep a close eye on Imam. And when Imam Hadi was martyred, now it shifted to Imam Askari alayhi salam, and now they were like quite sure, because hundreds and thousands of hadiths, they had taught them that there are going to be only 12 Imams. So Imam Askari is the 11th. So his son, his child, is going to be the final and 12th Imam. So they were always watching. And like the Holy Mother of Hazrat Musa alayhi salam didn't have the appearance, the apparent, attribute of childbirth, to be very respectfully, she didn't have any apparent tummy. Likewise, Bibi Narjis Khatun Salamullahi alayha didn't have any apparent tummy. You could not tell if this lady is pregnant or not. And miraculously, on the night of birth, 15th of Sha'ban, that may Allah prolong all of us life, and we inshallah celebrate hundreds of those type of milads with loud salawat. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad. On that night he was born, and he was born in such a way that people could not tell. So these spies, women and men spies, male and female spies rather, they were always watching that, okay, is anybody having any child, any signs? No, nothing. The reports were nothing. It's a negative. Nothing is happening. No signs of pregnancy in the household. So likewise, Imam was under surveillance like the mother of Hazrat Musa alayhi salam. So the point was, there's a beautiful incident I want to report and finish today's majlis and derive a very important lesson. Hazrat Musa, remember, he had a cousin known as Qarun. And Allah gave him wealth. At a point, he had so much wealth that the keys to his treasures, in older days, they were made of wood or leather. They were so many and so heavy, he needed, as per many rawayat, 40 men, strong men, to carry those keys. You do your mathematics, method out that if the keys are so heavy, how about maybe you think आजकल की तरह बैंक डिपॉजिट्स नहीं थे, वो सॉलिड चीज़ें होंगी, शायद कोई कमोडिटीज़ उसके ट्रेजर्स की कीज इतनी भारी होंगी. Test comes. Qarun, have faith in Allah, give zakat. He says, no, you and your God, you're after my money. We all know the story. तुम तो मेरा माल हथियाना चाहते हो. अच्छा बात है, it's judged, everybody is smiling. दूसरों को इम्तिहान देते देख के सभी मुस्कुराते हैं. How about अगर आज हमें पूछा जाए, have you paid your khums? अगर आज इमाम आ जाए और पूछें, बड़ा आप शेर पढ़ते हैं ना, अली वली से जो दुश्मनी है तो जलते कुढ़ते हयात काटो. किसी शायर ने बड़ा अच्छा पढ़ा हुआ है. علی ولی سے جو دشمنی ہے تو جلتے کھٹتے حیات کاٹو. اس میں ایک شعر ہے، صدائے یہ آئے گی بروز محشر، فدق کے چوروں کے ہاتھ کاٹو. مومنین بڑے خوش ہوتے ہیں. فدق واز دی رائٹ آف بی سیدہ سلام اللہ علیہ، رائٹ. تو میرے بھائی خمس بھی تو جناب سیدہ کا ہے. ہمیں صلوات. اللہم صلی علی محمد و آل محمد. جو میں میسیج سے لینا چاہ رہا تھا اپنے لیے بھی اور ہم سب کے لیے، کہ امام علی مقام نے جیسے حضرت موسیٰ علیہ السلام نے قارون سے کہا کہ قارون زکوٰۃ دو، اس نے کہا کہ بھئی نہیں دوں گا، نہیں مانا. وادی طے میں گئے، لمبا قصہ ہے میں سمری کر رہا ہوں. وادی طے میں گئے تو وہاں پر سارے بنی اسرائیل بڑے خضوع و خشوع سے رو کے چلا کے تورات پڑھ کے خدا سے دعا مانگ رہے ہیں، مالک ہمیں بخش دے، ہمیں معاف کر دے. وہ 40 سال کا عذاب جو تھا ان پر، کہ راہ نہیں ملتی تھی انہیں نکلنے کے لیے. تو ایک دن حضرت موسیٰ نے دیکھا قارون جو ہے وہ کچھ نہیں کر رہا، بیٹھا ہوا ہے بس ٹانگ پہ ٹانگ دھرے. حضرت موسیٰ نے فرمایا کہ قارون، سارے تمہارے قوم والے اللہ کے آگے گریہ زاری کر کے دعا مانگ رہے ہیں، تو تم کیوں نہیں دعا مانگتے؟ اور یہ حدیث کہتی ہے کہ قارون سب سے اچھی تورات پڑھتا تھا. قبل از مالدار ہونے سے پہلے سب سے زیادہ وہ باتقوا اور تورات کا ماہر تھا. اگر ہم کہیں مفسر تورات تھا اور قاری تورات تھا. تو کہا تم کیوں نہیں پڑھتے تورات اور اللہ سے کیوں نہیں معافی مانگتے؟ اس نے جواب نہیں دیا. حدیث کہتے اس نے جواب نہیں دیا، اٹھ کے چلا گیا اپنے محل میں. حضرت موسیٰ دکھی ہوئے اور آ کر اس کے محل کی دیوار سے ٹیک لگا کر بیٹھ گئے. اس کمبخت نے کیا کیا کہ اس نے اپنے غلاموں کو حکم دیا خاک اور مٹی ملا کر، خاک استر کے ساتھ خاک نے راکھ اور مٹی ملا کر اوپر سے جناب موسیٰ علیہ السلام کے اوپر پھینکی. یہ عالمانہ ایک اس کا فیض نعوذ باللہ من ذالک، نقل کفر نباشہ، یعنی خاک ہو تمہارے سر پر. I don't need your duas and this and that. روایت کے ساتھ غضب موسیٰ، جناب موسیٰ بڑے با جلال و ہیبت رہبی تھے، ان کو جلال آ گیا. خدا سے پکار کے کہا خدایا، اس کی یہ جرت ہے کہ یہ میرے تقوی و زہد و سادگی کو، بعض لوگ ہوتے ہیں نعوذ باللہ وہ کسی دیندار کی سادگی کو اس کی کمزوری سمجھنے لگ جاتے ہیں اور اپنی ظاہری دنیاوی اکمپلشمنٹ کو، اپنی اچیومنٹ کو سمجھتے ہیں ہم ہی سب کچھ ہیں. تو اللہ تعالیٰ نے وحی کی موسیٰ قد سلطناک علی الارض، یہ زمین میں نے تمہارے اختیار میں دیا ہے، جو کچھ حکم کرو کہ زمین کو تمہاری اطاعت کرے گی. جناب موسیٰ نے رخ کیا زمین، خذیہم، انہیں نگل جا. زمین تمام اس کے جاہ و حشمت، اس کے خزانے، اس کے غلام ہاشم جا سب کے ساتھ زمین اس کو اپنے اندر دھنس کے لے گئی. یہ جلال جناب موسیٰ علیہ السلام کہ اس نے ایسے توہین کی آگے سے. جناب موسیٰ نے ایک دعا کی، اللہ نے فرمایا زمین کو میں نے آپ کے اختیار میں دیا ہے، آپ ولی ہیں، زمین پر ولایت رکھتے ہیں، زمین کو جو حکم دیں گے وہ پورا کرے گا، آپ پورا کرے گی آپ کا دستور. تو when he commanded the earth swallowed everything، سب کچھ زمین نگل گئی. اس کے ساتھ ہمارے ساتھ ایک بہت بڑا ہمیں ایک لیسن دیا گیا ہے، یہاں پر روایات میں ہے کہ جب جناب موسیٰ جا رہے ہیں ان کی امت کو پتہ نہیں کہ جناب موسیٰ کی قبر کہاں پر ہے، کیونکہ انہوں نے وہاں پر بھی نافرمانی کی حضرت موسیٰ کی. ٹھیک ہے، تو انہوں نے حضرت ہارون کو جو پہلے ان سے فوت ہو چکے تھے، اس کے بعد اپنا وصی مقرر کر چکے تھے، وہ ان کو بھی وہی وصیت کی تھی جو قرآن میں آیا ہے. کاش ایک صلوات پڑھیے. ایک چھوٹا سا بریکٹس میں نکتہ، جناب ہارون علیہ السلام حضرت موسیٰ کی حیات میں فوت ہو گئے تھے اور قرآن نے فرمایا یا ہارون اخلفنی، یہ خلیفہ جناب موسیٰ تھے ان کی حیات میں. یہ نکتہ ذہن میں رہے. اب جناب موسیٰ کو پتا ہے میرے بعد میرا بھائی نبی نہیں ہے، اب وصی ہے جو غیر نبی ہے. انہوں نے ان کو ایک وصیت کی. اس قصے کا ہمارے حضرت عسکری علیہ السلام اور امام زمان سے تعلق یہ ہے کہ حضرت موسیٰ بھی غائب ہو گئے، ہمارے امام بھی غائب ہو گئے، لیکن 11ویں امام نے ہمیں ایک وصیت کی امام نے فرمایا کہ دیکھو جب میری شہادت ہو جائے تمہارا امام تمہاری نظروں سے غائب ہو جائے گا. اس زمانہ میں جب تم ہم سے ڈائریکٹلی ملاقات نہیں کر سکو گے تو ہمارے ماننے والوں پر ہے کہ وہ ہماری غیبت میں فقہا سے مراجعہ کریں، ان سے مسائل پوچھیں اور ان کے بتائے ہوئے مسائل کے مطابق عمل کریں. یعنی کیا؟ یعنی امام نے جو میں نے جملہ دیا تھا نا، امام خود بھی سیانت تھی، اس میں امام نے فرمایا وہ ایسا فقیہ ہو جس کی پیروی کرنا صائنا لنفسہ، جو اپنے نفس کی حفاظت کرنے والا ہو، حافظا لدینہ، جو اپنے دین کا محافظ ہو، اپنے دین کی حفاظت کرنے والا ہو، $4 کے بدلے میں اپنا دین نہ بیچ دے، یعنی یہ مراد ہے اپنے دین کا محافظ ہو. مخالفا لہوا، اپنی ہوائے نفس کی مخالفت کرنے والا ہو، لوگوں کی مرضی کے مطابق فتوے نہ دے، اللہ کی مرضی کے مطابق فتویٰ دے، ایسے کی پیروی کرنا. مطیع لامر مولا، اللہ جل شانہ کے امر کے مطابق اطاعت کرتا ہو. فللعوام میں ان یقلدوہ، ہم عوام الناس کی ذمہ داری ہم پر واجب ہے کہ ہم ایسے فقیہ کی تقلید کریں. قلدوہ عربی کا لفظ ہے قلدہ یقلدو تقلید، کہ ہم پر لازم ہے کہ ہم ایسے فقیہ کی تقلید کریں. ہماری دعا ہے کہ پروردگارہ بحق امام عسکری علیہ السلام ہمیں ہمارے فقہائے عظام اور ہمارے علماء کرام کی درست تقلید کرنے میں کامیاب فرما، اور ہمیں ان کے بتائے ہوئے فتاویٰ پر کما حقہ عمل پیرا ہونے میں کامیاب فرما. امام عسکری کے وسیلے سے مانگتے ہیں جو بھی حاضرین کی حاجات ہیں وہ برلا. پروردگارہ ہمارے امام کے ظہور میں تعجیل فرما اور ہمیں ان کے سچے آوان و انصار میں شامل فرما. اور جس طرح کے فضائل تو نے اہل بیت کو دیے ہیں، بالخصوص امام عسکری علیہ السلام کی جو چند فضائل حمیدہ میں نے عرض کیے ہیں، ہمیں ان تمام فضائل کو اپنے اندر پیدا کرنے میں کامیاب فرما. مع ذکر صلوات. اللہم صلی علی محمد و آل محمد. زیارت مختصرہ انشاءاللہ ہوگی. تھینک یو سو مچ. جشن مبارک ونس.
السلام علیکم یا رسول اللہ، السلام علیکم یا امیر المؤمنین، السلام علیکم یا فاطمۃ الزہراء سیدۃ نساء العالمین، السلام علیکم یا حسن المجتبی، السلام علی الحسین وعلی علی ابن الحسین وعلی اولاد الحسین وعلی اصحاب الحسین. السلام علیکم یا ابا عبداللہ وعلی تسعۃ من بنیک، علی ابن الحسین و محمد ابن علی و جعفر ابن محمد و موسیٰ ابن جعفر و علی ابن موسیٰ و محمد ابن علی و علی ابن محمد والحسن ابن علی. السلام علیکم یا حجت اللہ یا ابن الحسن یا صاحب الامر والعصر والزمان، سیدی متی ترانا ونراک، عجل اللہ ما وعدک من نصر و ظہور الام و رحمت اللہ وبرکاتہ. اللہم صلی علی محمد و آل محمد. بسم اللہ الرحمن الرحیم. اللہم کل ولیک الحجت ابن الحسن صلواتک علیہ وعلی آبائہ فی ہذہ الساعہ وفی کل ساعہ ولیا وحافظا وقائدا وناصرا ودلیلا وعینا حتی تسکنہ ارضک طوعا وتمتعہ فیہا طویلا برحمتک یا ارحم الراحمین. اللہم صلی
آل محمد وعجل فرجہم. Let's do dua, زیارت دعائے آئے اما یجیب for the speedy recovery of Kul Mareed, especially our sister Noshina Panju. And may Allah grant you all your wishes and hasten the reappearance of our Imam. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. أَمَّنْ يُجِيبُ الْمُضْطَرَّ إِذَا دَعَاهُ وَيَكْشِفُ السُّوءَ أمن يجيب المضطر إذا دعاه ويكشف السوء 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 برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. And let's finish today's majlis with a surah Mubarakah Fatiha. For kul marhumin and marhumat, mu'mineen and mu'minat, volunteers, helpers, supporters, attendees, reciters of Nohas, Manqabat, our donors, and especially our walidain, and we had recent death of our dear Anayat Saab, Ma'adhikre Salawat. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Bismillah.
نعرہ حیدری